Aloha sailors! Welcome to another episode of My Salty Sea Life. If you're new to the channel, my name is Larkin and I will be your host as we take an inside look at what it's really like to live and work aboard a ship in the salty seas. If this sounds like fun to you, make sure to smash those like and subscribe buttons to follow my adventures both on and off the ship. You'll find everything from how to become a sailor to swimming with sharks in Hawaii. And make sure to stick around to the end of the video. I've got a surprise bonus for you all. Welcome to part 2 of my How to Become a Sailor series. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, you can find a link for it in the description box. We left off last week with me getting my very first deckhand job at Uncruise Adventures. I call it the Trader Joe's of the high seas because the people they hire are so amazing. Everybody always seems to be in a good mood, they're all great team players, and Uncruise was very different than Norwegian Cruise Lines. I was coming from a gigantic ship with 1,000 crew members and 2,500 guests. That's a huge ship. So I went from that to Uncruise, which was 80 guests and 30 crew members. It was a completely different experience and I loved it. I learned so much so fast at Uncruise. As an unlicensed deckhand, I started off with simple chores and a lot of cleaning. But while I was doing these chores, I was constantly learning new skills. Something is broke, learn how to fix it. Something is clogged, learn how to declog it. Something is rusty, learn how to rust bust and proper application of marine grade 2-part paint. The lesson started off small, but hard work and my inquisitive nature quickly paid off. Within weeks, I was being trained and trusted with bigger jobs like crane operations and dropping the anchor, one of my favorites. But the true glory of the deckhands on board is driving the amazing skiff tours in remote locations only smaller ships like Uncruise can get to. In order to perform this coveted task, you have to have your 100-ton captain's license. When you don't go to Maritime Academy and are working your way up the house pipe like I did, you can take the same courses you would at the academy, but individually as you need them. To qualify for a new credential like a captain's license, you need to accrue 360 sea days. This is harder than it sounds. After about 1.5 years of paying my dues, I finally got my captain's license and started driving those skiff tours. Because of the amazing crew members and the extraordinary destinations, I fell in love with Uncruise right away. However, I did have some cards stacked against me. I was a female in a male-dominated field. I had 0 deckhand experience. And this is something that I didn't tell anybody while I was there, but my father passed away right before I got on the ship. So I had a lot of things going on up here. Throw all that in a bag, then add a couple of minor mistakes on my part, and you've got yourself a serious case of self-doubt brewing. Now, there are a few people who have swooped into my life at just the right moment with either a positive boost or some profound advice that changes the course of my life. And these people probably don't even know who they are, but I will tell you, when those inner voices were at their worst, Shayna Floyd came on board and she became one of those people. I call them game changers. Thank you, Shayna Floyd. At the time, Shayna Floyd was a seasoned deckhand and she had lots of experience on ships. So she knew where everything was, she knew how to fix things, and she could tell that, you know, I was trying to catch up. I was eager to learn, but I just didn't have the proper skill set yet. Luckily, this wonderful woman took me under her wing. With Shayna's patience and guidance, I learned so much so fast. Through her, I was able to get into my groove. I started fixing things. I started becoming the person that people were asking where stuff is. How do I do this? How do I fix that? And it was this complete turnaround. And by the end of that first season, I was rocking it out on deck. I was completely comfortable with my ship and my career choice. Here's another Larkinism for you. If you find yourself in a situation where you're the Shayna Floyd and you see somebody else who is an underdog, they're trying, they're eager to learn, but they just need like a little extra help, just some advice or somebody to show them around, whether it be a ship or an office building or wherever you are, and you see this person who needs help, reach out, be the helping hand, you know, just help them out a little bit because it's gonna come back to you threefold. My advice for you, if you're the underdog, is don't be afraid to ask questions. That was one of the best things that Shayna taught me because I kept on asking her, I asked her so many questions and I always apologized, or I apologized at first anyway. Say, I'm sorry for asking so many questions. And her response was, don't be sorry about asking questions. It's good that you're asking questions. Always ask questions because that shows that you're interested, you're intrigued, and you're trying to learn. 9 times out of 10, it gets a good response from people, and usually the people who don't like it when you ask questions are the ones that don't know the answers. It's true. Pro tip. With my first Alaska season under my belt, my newfound confidence, and my deckhand experience, I was ready for anything. Fast forward a few years at Uncruise and enter another game changer, Patience Escobar. Patience and I decided to spice up our winter season in Costa Rica by making a couple of music videos you should definitely check out, and I will post the links in the description box below. It was through this really fun experience with my girl that I learned the fundamentals of video editing on her phone. She taught me the basics and how much fun it could be creating with video. Without her, there would be no My Salty Sea Life, no videography career, and I wouldn't be a science communicator today. So now you see what a difference taking the time to show someone a new skill makes. Without her, I wouldn't be talking to you all today. So thank you, Patience. We love you. After being at Uncruise for a few years, I've worked in multiple places on different ships. I'm ready to kind of move on into the next step, the next evolution of my process. But in order to see that evolution, you're gonna have to tune in next time. We're gonna be going all over the world. We're going to Japan, we're going to Svalbard, we're gonna go see those polar bears. It's gonna be amazing, but you gotta tune in. So don't forget to smash those like and subscribe buttons so you don't miss out on My Salty Sea Life when I go super duper international. Remember, if you set your mind to it, anything is possible. See you all next time. Mahalo! Oh wait, did you think I forgot the surprise bonus at the end? Never! Here you go.
Okay. Yes! The morning was crazy, the people got sick, dropping like flies, it happened so quick, but we pulled it together, yeah, we pulled it in tight, showing the world the safari's mine. When we get stressed, we dance it off. When we get stressed, we dance it off. Woo! When we get stressed, we dance it off. Woo! When we get stressed, we dance it off.